Is this one of the most frustrating card games ever? Welcome to Luke Overthinks. So in this week's episode we're going to be looking at the Great Escape card game, which I picked up at some point last year. This is a solitaire game, it's a one-player game. And the reason I picked it up was because I saw a recommendation on a Facebook group. The thread that I saw it on simply asked the question, what is the game that is most like the film or TV series that it's based on? And somebody said, The Great Escape card game. Never heard of it, looked it up. I think it was about £8 or £9 when I got it, so very cheap. And it's a solitaire game, so perfect for playing in lockdown. But the question is, of course, why is it so like the film that it's based on? Well, if you don't know The Great Escape, it's the story of a prison break from the Second World War, based on real events, where a lot of guys got out of a prison camp due to this meticulous plan, and the majority of them were either captured or killed. At the end of the film, only 3 have escaped back to safe territory. So, that should give you a hint as to how easy it is to actually score any points in this game. It's very hard. Let me give you a brief rundown of how the game works, and then I'll give you a quick review. So it's a very compact game. It's very well designed. Each card has what you need for each of the 3 phases of the game. So a bunch of cards will get used for the first phase of the game, which is building the tunnels. A bunch of cards will get used for the escaping prisoners, which is the very brief second phase of the game, and then a bunch of cards will get used for the final phase, which is how many of them actually get caught and how many escape, and therefore how many points do you score. So the first phase of the game is the tunnelling stage. You have 3 tunnels, as in the film, Tom, Dick and Harry, and there are various rules that you have to obey in building your tunnels. So you have to have a prop every 3rd card, you have to have ventilation every 5th card. There can be tunnel collapses that you have to fix. And then, of course, the spy, who is a prisoner that you don't know is the spy, could turn up and dob you in, or the guards can discover your tunnel. So this is the first way in which your game can entirely fail, is if all 3 of your tunnels get discovered. And I played 15 games of this and made a note of my scores to give you an idea. And 6 out of 15, so 40%, all my tunnels were discovered, and the game ends at that point. You start again. In the other 60% of the time, you then move on to the second stage. Once you have a tunnel that is 10 sections long, you have escaped. And then you keep dealing cards up, and this is the top section of the card, is the escapee, and you keep dealing cards out until another guard tower comes up, and then you have your number of escapers. Obviously, you want to get as many of those out before the guard captures them. And then the final stage of the game is simply who gets caught. And there are so many ways that you can get caught if you don't have a disguise, if you have a train ticket, if you don't have wire cutters, all these kind of things, if you're moving in a particular direction away, or just if the sniper symbol comes up and the guards just get to shoot one of you. It's very difficult to escape. And if the spy escapes with you, then you're doubly screwed, because every so often he will radio in the position of one of your escapers and boom, gone. So in the remaining 9 games where I actually managed to get anybody out of the prison, ranging from sort of like 1 to maybe 20 people, in only 2 of those games did anybody actually escape all the way home. And my average score across those 2 games was 3.5. So that's sort of 1 or 2 prisoners making it away. So why would you buy this game when it's so infuriating and almost impossible to win? I mean, you maybe shouldn't if you get frustrated by games. But I have discovered that it does while away some time. I actually got it when we had another family staying with us in lockdown, and their 2 kids enjoyed watching me play it, and occasionally having a go themselves. Because it is so hard to beat, there is an immense deal of satisfaction when you even get 1 point from a game. And I do have a great love for the film, so the fact that it is, in many ways, like the plot of the film, in miniature, played over a couple of minutes, is really enjoyable. The only thing that is disappointing in that regard, and I guess this is a licensing issue because it's not at all affiliated with the movie studio or anything like that. The only resemblance it has in terms of like naming is the name of the game. None of the characters that are in the film appear on the cards. They're all randomly decided names as far as I can tell, and none of them are obviously like any of the characters in the film. So that's a shame, but it's a minor gripe. I really enjoy it. It whiles away some time now and again. If you're looking for an infuriating solitaire card game, then this is the game for you. Thank you for joining me on Luke Overthinks. 2 videos in 2 weeks, wow, that's impressive. There will be links around here to subscribe and link to other videos and things like that. Do stick around on the channel. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Click the bell icon. Don't bother clicking the bell icon, I'm not really that exciting. But do subscribe so that you get to see my next video when it appears. Thanks for watching.